Hello, my beautiful creative creatures. This is going to be a long video that I'm probably going to be splitting up into several parts. It's about the most powerful women. I don't know if it's an MLM. I honestly have no idea. I'm going in this blind, but I'm thinking it's just some culty group that sells something to help women. And I was has been have been meaning to talk about this. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna probably do this in a couple parts, so uh, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff for this video, and let me know what you guys think. Let's get started.
Yesterday. Oh my gosh, what an honor to be here and to be chosen to speak. Is so incredible to be here. This is my second year attending this magnificent event, and I can tell that out of the first day, I have so many takeaways, but I will tell that yesterday was a lot about technique. I learned from Marina Simone, the 333 method. My business is growing a lot in social media, and I was able to learn a lot of great tips from her. So last night I was connected with my team, and I was like, "Guys, you have to be here." It was amazing. I learned from all of them, all of the uh, amazing women that were here yesterday sharing their testimonies. And I'm here today ready to, like, all my days here. I tell everybody I'm not moving from here. I have all day. This is the best Saturday I'm going to spend. And I'm all ready to learn and to be here. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. And tell me your first name.
New Yorkese.
New Yorkese. Thank you, New Yorkese.
It's a little bit like it's New Yorkese. In English, they understand New Yorkese.
New Yorkese.
Of New York.
Where are you tuning in from?
I'm sorry?
Where are you tuning in from?
Miami.
Miami.
Miami, Florida.
Wonderful, wonderful. Give her a love. Give her some round of applause. Hey, 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 hey. Next to the screen, Missy. Missy, we heard from you yesterday. You raised your hand frantically, so here you are back on the screen. Please share with us your takeaway from yesterday.
Thank you. This is my first year attending this awesome, amazing event. My takeaway is just hearing the amazing stories that people were telling. And another takeaway was just how meaningful it is to be able to, learn from Lisa on how she was saying to tell your story. And, I am going to be telling my story more because my story means a lot to me. And basically what it is to tell my story more. That was my big takeaway from yesterday.
And what do you think the benefit will be to the world by telling your story, Missy?
Man, my benefit from the war, they are going to hear how much of a miracle I am, and they are going to be blown away.
Beautiful. Miracle resilience. Give her some love, y'all. Yes, Missy. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. So we are going to introduce our next speaker, Paulina Landino. And how many of you want to learn how to recruit better, to duplicate yourself, to increase your team while you serve the world, to increase your income?
Well, I already know where this is going.
So duplication in network marketing is super, super key, and she's a master at it. And so Paulina Landino and her husband Samer, originally from Venezuela, owned successful restaurants in Venezuela for 14 years. And before they moved to the U.S., they were intending on opening up a few more. But when they discovered network marketing, they quickly recognized how scalable the business is and the economic model.
We know what scalable means, right, guys? Easy to make money to recruit. That's what it all comes down to. That's all it is.
Sense to them, and it would bring more higher profits than a retail restaurant. And operating costs were low. I mean, to operate a restaurant is a lot of money, and you don't get to count on the amount of people that walk in the doors. And so after just 2 years in the profession, they sold all their restaurants and turned their focus to developing their team. which includes multiple seven-figure earners. So without further ado, please welcome to the virtual stage, Paulina Landino.
Wow, what a big honor to be here. Thank you very much, Marina and Eric, for this big opportunity to participate in this powerful event that has taught me a lot in my 5 years of career in network marketing. This is space for me, honestly, it's a dream come true. So I want to also you have to believe, you have to every single day work for your dreams, because the dreams honestly come true. So I'm very excited right now because we begin in this industry about 5 years ago, and our first event in GoPro, I couldn't assist at that time on 2018, I think. My husband went there to Las Vegas in the event of the MGM Grand, I think it was. At that time, we were winning $2,000 a month, and we couldn't afford for both. So he traveled, he bring all the information, he brings some videos, some notes, some, all the information shared with me. And we set a goal. That goal is that we need to go on the next year, we're gonna go winning 10 times more. And you know what? That come through. Behind all that information, we apply the information, we take a lot of action, and 2019, it was my first event in Las Vegas with GoPro. And after that, we begin to apply all that information, take that action, and believe me, the information that you can have in this kind of spaces is very, very powerful. Last year, we achieved also our dream to be in to win the $1 million Hall of Fame, and to be in the private group of Eric, Marina, of Mastermind. And believe me, you need to be here. You need to achieve all our goals. And it's an honor to have the opportunity to talk to you about the duplication, because this is, for me, this is the magic in my business. I'm coming, as you listen right now, I'm coming from Venezuela. I live right now in Miami. I have 38 years right now, 2 kids, and well, I couldn't assist to Las Vegas because, surprise, I'm waiting another one. And my doctor says that I couldn't be in the airplane. So that's why I'm here in Miami. I couldn't be with you in Las Vegas, but thank you for giving this opportunity to me to do it by Zoom. So over this 5 years, this is one of my favorite topics to talk and to teach my team. Look at this. I call the duplication, that is an art of replicating your success actions. And listen this, is the art of replicating your success action. And how we can duplicate, how we can duplicate all this information every single day in the team. In network marketing is the process to teaching and training your team members your success action and results. It's not about cloning yourself to make everybody making everybody do the exactly same like you. No, it's not about that. You need to create leaders.
How is it never about not making people more like you? That's the whole point, is to get people to replicate what you put out so you make more money. That's the whole goal of network marketing. You have to, well, they can tell you how to replicate, doesn't mean it works. But like the goal is to have people do what you do. And also, if they put out enough money, you end up making more money at the top anyway. So if they spend, you're getting a part of it as well. So it's all about the duplication. What else would it not be about?
As superstars, even better than you. That's a goal. That's a goal that you have to create in your mind to have a successful duplication in your team. So think about this. Today, you want to create a worldwide team in a short amount of time, right? Because you don't want to work like 40 years or 50 years to have a correct duplication. You want to create a worldwide team or where your company can work or can develop the business in a short amount of time. So perfect, we can do this. The reality is that you as leader cannot be in 5 cities, you cannot be in 5 events at the same time. So that's the goal. How can we duplicate my information or my actions in my team? In network marketing, the goal is to create many superstars in your team. So this is gonna be your goal. Create a lot of leaders that can be even better than you. That is your new mission as leader. You develop new leaders who together, listen this, who together build the empire that you're envision creating right now. You must be aware that it's a learning process. Today you can begin a learning process where the mistakes is gonna happen. Everybody's gonna do mistakes every single day, but from the process, they will learn and grow forever. And that's what everybody wants in their organization. I will share with you 3 steps that were very powerful and helped me a lot to grow my organization as worldwide. It's right now.
I don't get how when they go to these network marketing trips that they earn and stuff, how they don't see that all they're doing is just doing more business. Like they already have these people recruited, and you're just telling them the same crap that they've been hearing for months on end, but now it's just at a conference. It's circular reasoning. It doesn't make any sense to do this other than to keep them in. And it's a lot of like condition and reinforcement, and like mostly just positive reinforcement, because if you make them feel good for earning a trip, they want to do it again. And they usually like it's usually just about whatever product they're selling or a new product they're getting, and it's not about actually just having fun on a trip. Who has fun on a work trip in that way if all you're going to do is keep talking about this, like a trip that your company paid for, I should say, not a work trip, because it's basically what that is. It's a company paid, sometimes, work trip, unless you had to pay for it. So it doesn't make any sense how these reps don't see you're paying for something that you already paid more into in a year and get very little reward in the end.
30 countries we have right now in just 5 years. So who wants that? Let me see in the chat. Drop a number 7 in the chat. Who wants to build a big organization and achieve all your goals? So number 1, this is the most powerful information that I can share with you today. It's not tonight, it's today. So number 1, the system. You need a system for all your team worldwide to understand exactly what to do with the prospect, with the closings, with the presentations, with the products, with the services, with the promotions. You need a system where everybody can get the information. every single day. You need to provide your team every single tools that they are going to need, where they can leverage themselves and become duplicated leaders of what you know today. So that is the goal. Provide all the team many kind of tools, because when you are pretty new in the business, you don't know anything. You came here, you came to the business, you sign up in the business just to win money or one vision. You need more money, you need whatever you need to get a result. But that person that joined to your business didn't, and you as leader need to provide those tools. I want to ask you something, and you can tell me in the chat if you agree with this. Do you want to do you want to be the leader that provides the fish to your team? Or you want to be the leaders that teach your leader how to fish? Those are two different things. Write me your answer in the chat. Of course, you need to teach your team how to fish. So right now is the time to share all the information. The system needs to be magic. The system needs to be simple, magic, and duplicable. Simple, where everybody, or the things that everybody can do. Magical, everybody does things that everybody does. And when everybody do that, the results are gonna be amazing. Duplicable, everybody have to do that to get the results. But it has to be fun. You have to do things that have to be fun while you are doing that. So, for example, these are some information that it can be useful for you. You can create videos posted in YouTube, use Facebook fan page for your team, and do videos that show you or show the team how to use basic abilities, how to use or how to or information about the compensation plan of your company. Also, short presentations. You need to post in your YouTube, in your Facebook, short presentations where the new ones can use it to give information for the prospect or for the new ones outside. So those videos need to be very, very powerful. Short information, short videos with presentation abilities, compensation plan, how to use product, how to use service, how to subscribe someone, how to use your products. When you can use these kind of videos to give the information to all your team, your business, believe me, is going to change. Because you cannot be explaining every single day with all your team, with 1, 2, 3, 100, 1,000 people. You cannot be every single day with all of them doing presentation, showing them abilities, showing them the compensation plan. So the fastest way that you can share all the information is post a lot of videos, and they will learn about in YouTube, in Facebook, create manuals, create guides, PDF guides, where you put all the information. You share that by Telegram, by WhatsApp, or any social media that you use, and that is like a new member. What need to do a new member? Number 1, they have to see this video. Number 2, they have to do the list. Number 3, they have to learn about this. So this kind of guides or manual are gonna help your team to grow a lot. Everybody's gonna do the same. Everybody's gonna duplicate the same information. Everybody's going to share.
But no matter how much you duplicate any of these systems that they say you do, that doesn't guarantee any success. You are more likely to win in gambling because it is a 75 to 95% success rate in MLM. There is rarity in making it to the top, and usually it's because you have to step on necks. You have to make sure you get a lot of money from the people that are under you. That's the only reason. There is no ethical way of doing it, and it's very disgusting, in my opinion, that they think that if you repeat everything, you're likely to get success. In certain areas, you are able to do those things. Like in retail, you can do that. If you know how to handle customers well, you can do that. But it's not that simple switch of if I do X, Y, and Z on every social media, I'm going to get 400 people to sign up underneath me. That's not how that's going to work. And more likely, people are going to dip out and see how much of a pyramid scheme it is, and you're not going to get very far.
Even the same information, and you know what? The numbers are gonna be amazing. Believe me. Now, another thing that I learned from the past GoPro, and I have been using this, and believe me, it's magical, is the board. I remember that I learned in December about this board. I came to Miami. We applied with the leaders. We like fix all these boards to all our team, and we have been using this, and it's so powerful. So my recommendation today: use this kind of apps also that can duplicate all the information with your team in just one app that everybody can share. The system also need to have weekly presentation. Like personally, we can play presentations. For example, right here in Miami, we developed the business with presentation on Tuesday and Fridays. So every single Tuesday and Friday, all the team in Miami knows that we have presentation for their prospect, and we are going to help them to sign up their new customers. So this is so powerful. This is so powerful when you have one or two live event presentations, your business is gonna grow. Also add some super Saturdays in your city to train your leaders. Your new leaders or your old leaders needs information, needs training. So give this kind of, create this kind of spaces for them where they can share with you, where they can get a lot of information and run. Daily Zooms. Listen this. This have been our powerful secret. I'm gonna share you my powerful secret to grow the business globally, because we use the system or we use Zooms as a daily system with many kind of calls at the same hours, every single day. So a system is many Zooms that like this. I'm gonna share you, yes, like this. In that Zooms, every single day at the same hours, we connect all the teams, all the prospects, everyone connects at the same Zoom globally, and everybody can have the same information. For example, first time, 30 minutes of mentally training. Then presentation for Europe time, for example. Then presentation in Latin America or USA time. And then a leadership training every single day for whole the team. So in this way, you can grow globally. You're not going to grow only in your city. I'm in Miami. Imagine that I'm only assistant to the event in Miami. So I'm only going to grow right here in Miami. But how powerful can be create this kind of spaces in your team to grow globally? many people says, oh, in my company, it don't exist this kind of spaces. Okay, perfect. In my company, neither. My company is completely in English and all my team is in Spanish. So we create these kind of spaces for our team. So maybe you cannot, you right now you don't have these kind of spaces. Perfect. Create it. You're not a tree. You have to move it. You have to create. You have to give to your team all the tools that they can need every single day in order to have a big business as you want to have. So number two, the tip number two that I want to share with you today, I want to ask you, and let me open the chat to see and to read, where I can read you. Okay, how long is your daily Zoom? Is in the chat. This is a good question. Our presentation is about 20 or 25 minutes, and our leadership training is about 30 or 45 minutes. It's short information, but the correct one in the right moment. So this is perfect, a perfect time. So say this, I want to ask you something. What strategy are you using right now to grow? What strategy are you using right now to grow? And it's a question that when I did it to myself, it's like, okay, let's see. Let's see what strategy I'm using right now, because you need a strategy today. You need a plan how to grow. So I'm asking you something. Do you want the people that start with you today have results? Do you want them to duplicate and to be a leaders for your organization? Of course you want. Of course you want everybody have results. Of course you want everybody get duplication on their team. So strategy number one that I want to share with you is that they need to use the products. If you want someone to have duplication in your team, they need to believe in the products. They need to believe in your services. They need to know what is good and what is bad about your service or your product. Because nobody can sell anything without belief. So the first thing that you need to connect with that.
Okay, but I just watched this video and I still don't know what they sell. Still have no idea. Do you guys know what they sell? Because I have no idea yet.
New leader or what with that new people in your organization is believe in your product, believe in your service. Imagine this. Draw a straight line as you have it in the picture. Draw a straight line, and every single step that you're going to help them is gonna like move forward to have the results. So for example, today your new customer is in 0. They believe in the product, or he or she believe in the product. He knows the product. He has results about the product, and is one step forward. Then that same people, you approach him to the events. You approach him to the family or the team family that you have right now. You approach him to the events and convention of your company is one step forward. He create a good experience in an event with the products, and he can share with all the people around, and it's one step forward on the line. Look at this. It's so important. Team members on their first launch. You need to be there. You need to do that first launch in the way that he can grow, have results, and duplicate themselves. A new one cannot do it alone. Maybe you did it, but it's not used to. You need to help that new people in your business, create a strategy that people can use a product, have the result, be a part of the team, assist to the event, do their first launch, help him or she in the first step of the business. And that is one step forward, one step forward, one step forward. Edify the system, edify the leaders, edify the company owners, edify everything that can help everyone to grow. Edify the competition, the recognitions. This is very important because your company should have maybe a trip, a recognition, a diamond trip, or whatever rank trips, any recognition. And you have to edify those kind of promotions to duplicate your team, to make them grow, because those are free strategies that you use, make it work, and achieve the goals. So those every single step help your new one, your new customer, your new leader to go one step forward. When sign up in a network marketing company, have many goals, but the first one is earn more money, get a better life, achieve goals. So help them to achieve those kind of goals. No one's, I want to share this with you. No one grows by a chance. No one's hit the highest rank in your company by a chance. They grow by action. Everybody grows by actions. So what kind of action are you taking today for your business? What kind of action are you taking today to grow your team? To help them to believe in this amazing, it is network marketing. So number three is a very powerful tip that I'm going to share with you today. Your level of energy is essential to grow and duplicate your team. And you can think like, what? My energy? Yes. Your level of energy is essential to grow and duplicate your team. Who wants to work with a boring person? Who wants to work with a slow person? Let's work. Let's achieve our goal. No, nobody wants to do that. You need to have a high level energy. What are you bringing to the team is what they are going to duplicate. So be sure that you have the correct energy every single day, every single event, every single Zoom. You need to create that kind of energy that everybody wants to share. Everybody wants to be with you. In your events, everybody wants to be there. What do you bring to your team so that they want to be with you? This is so powerful. What you do bring to your team so they want to be with you. Why is that? Your energy, your feelings, your dreams, your vision. What is that magical kind of energy that you can share with the team? I want to ask you my last question, and I'm going to see in the chat the answers. Who's ready to duplicate today your team? Who's ready to grow your team? Who's ready to take action today? The action needs to take it today, not tomorrow, not on Monday when you finish the event. No, next week. No, we are in the half of the year. We have the half, you have the half of your time in this year to achieve your goals. So who is really ready to take action? Who is ready to take or to reach your next level? Me, it says in the chat. Amazing, but you have to work right now. You have to work and take action right now.
I wonder how effective all this talking is, because they can say, you have to do all this work. Work is just recruiting. You're just recruiting. You're really not doing a lot that you think you're doing. In my opinion, you could be doing a lot more effective things to get further along in a business. Which, this is not your business. This is a company, and you're just a 1099 contracted employee. So, and I still don't know what you sell. I don't know what you sell. But it's not getting me. It's a snooze fest right now. I don't know what they're selling, and I don't know how these people stay on these lives for so long. It's crazy to me, these commercial cults, and how they steer people in and keep them there. So, I just don't understand it.
Create the system, create the strategies that can be useful tools for your team. So I hope everybody understands this. This is so magical. This is so useful when you use it, when you use this kind of tool properly. So be ready to take action. Be ready to achieve your next level. Be ready to create many superstars, even better than you, in your team. So remember this, your dreams are not negotiable. My name is Paula Landino. Thank you very much for...
Oh, let's hear it from Paula. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Give us some hearts in chat. How to duplicate yourself, how to stay in action, and how to keep your energy up. Thank you, Paula. That was delicious tips. Type in chat, give her some hearts. Yes, Paula, I hope you're looking at your hearts in chat. Well, some useful tips, and action cures everything.
And here's the love bombing aspect again with, give them a heart. Give them a heart. So, yeah. No different than any other cult. Just love bomb and tell them they're going to keep doing a good job. Still don't know what you're selling. But I'm already afraid. This is going to be the longest video forever of a whole bunch of nonsense. Let me know what you guys think already.
Get into action today. Offer what you have to offer and let people choose. So, the next speaker, I don't even need an introduction for, but she's going to teach us how to be unforgettable. Let's take a look.
Joining us now is six-time best-selling author and world-renowned motivational speaker, Lisa Nichols.
Her life story is a mind-boggling tale of profound human transformation. She was formerly broke and surviving only with the help of public aid, but this single mother...
Oh, it's what's his face who does the quest bars? Him. Of course he's in there. Why wouldn't he be?
Earned her way to success and went from being on public assistance to running a multi-million-dollar public company.
I'm an average, ordinary woman who chose every day to make one more extraordinary decision.
Don't most of these public speakers say the same thing every time? They're like, I chose to put my nose to the grindstone and do all of this. When everyone else does the same thing, it's just most times they're selling average advice to everybody else. Like, this is mediocre at best and a self-help guru at most. Like, that's all it gives. It's so annoying.
I realize that I am my rescue. No one else is my rescue. I am
You should never look so blue. You're everything I see in my dreams.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Thank you for joining us for day 2. Are you ready? So am I. Woo! Type in chat. I love you guys. Say big love, Lisa. Best woman, Lisa. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I'm so excited. I could barely sleep last night ready for y'all. I was like, I want to tell them this. I want to show them this one. I was like, okay, wait. You got to just save some things. So can we agree this is going to be a journey, you guys? Like this is the beginning of a long journey together, yes? Where ladies, focus on my words and not my outfit. You guys, I'm looking at you guys and they're like, look at her. I'm like, the words, right? And the guys think we dress for them. We dress for the ladies. Oh, I'm so excited. So yesterday we got started with some great purpose, content, reminders, awareness, possibility. Today we're gonna keep it going. I'm gonna ramp up a bit. Can I do that? You're like, ramp up a bit. And yes, I got more stories for y'all. I'm gonna keep threading my stories through so you can see how they fit in whatever you're doing. And there's a technique.
Find something relatable, hook them in, and try to make sure that they don't run away. Positive reinforcement is all that's going on. And if you do enough of it, people stay. It's what I've learned. Especially in abusive relationships. If you give enough, they will give you breadcrumbs. So, yes.
The bridge. Don't worry about it now. For those of you who will take the journey with us. And today I'm going to invite you. I'm giving you a spoonful here. There's a place where I'm going to give you more. You got to accept that invitation. I'll tell you about that later. In that, I'll show you the bridge. And the bridge will allow you to do your stories anywhere in your message because your bridge connects back to your content. So people think the story doesn't fit. This story doesn't fit with this content. It doesn't have to. There's a way you can get to it. Does that make sense? So you never have to change the integrity of your story. But all that will show you. I got so much to show you. I got to tell you that my 28 years in the industry, I've amassed a lot of content. And right now, I just want to...
So she's been in network marketing for 20 years and she's this author. Of course that's what she would do. Why would this be a surprise? That's all they end up doing is being these coaches or like Jessie Lee and been in the industry forever to become these self-help gurus / like big, what is it? I don't know. They just give off culty vibes, and then they're like, oh, it's so easy, I can do it exactly if you follow me. And it's like, no, it's not going to happen that way. It's very rare that it happens. No one gets to the top unless you are willing to hurt those below you and make sure that they lose money. That's the only way you're doing it.
The library of the secret sauce. They got me on Oprah. They got me to Larry King. They got me to Dr. Phil. They got me to Steve Harvey. They got me to all of the major national medias, and then got me to Africa, then got me to Slovenia, then got me to Keys, then got me like, it just kept happening. It was the power of the content. It really was. And I'm excited to show you that because it is a superpower. But you have to remember that it's not just in me, that it truly is in you. You got to know that first. You got it in you. 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 That's what it's about. Being really, really clear that with all the techniques that I'll teach you, the things that you'll see, the first thing you have to know is that you got it in you. That way everything can come out, right? So yummy. And that it's time to speak up. In a big, bold way. Say it, it's time to speak up. I love it when you're ready like that. Like today is the day where we literally become unapologetic. Unapologetic. That we don't dim our light wondering, can they handle my light? How many of us have done that? Raise your hand if you've dimmed your light wondering if someone can handle your light. I see you guys. I see you in the room. I see all the hands up on the back wall. I see you. And here's that time where it's like, no, I'm not going to dial down my light. I've done that, been there, done that. I'm going to just show you me. I'm going to show up and shine. And I'm going to trust that you can handle my shine. And if you can't handle my shine, I'm going to hope you brought some shades. Because I'm a shine. And the only way you know and you value your shine is if you've dimmed your light. If you've ever dimmed your light to accommodate others, then you know how valuable your shine is. And when people say, Lisa, you walk in the room, you take up all the oxygen. I said, okay, well, I'm going to come in with the little machine. You need some more oxygen? Because I've slid in a room easy before. But you got one job, and that is to live with radical authenticity. Radical, say radical.
I'm not saying the message isn't applicable, and I agree that, that's very good advice, and we need to follow it, and me included, to not make yourself small to make someone else comfortable. So, I definitely agree to what she's saying. Not saying it's wrong. Usually the way that they're going about this, though, is to keep people in the cult so they don't leave and they can make money and blah, blah, blah. So the motivation is off, but the advice is good. That's what I'm taking away from this, and how I want to warn you guys that they're not always looking out for the best interest of everyone else.
Type in chat, radical authenticity. And recognize that comparison, Benjamin Franklin says, comparison is and will always be the thief of all your joy. And get this, the world does not need a watered down version of anybody else. And all you can give them is a watered down version of someone else. The world needs a fully actualized version of you. A fully actualized version of you. The world needs, okay, hold on. Check out my earrings. The drip, the angle. All right, I gotta take them off. I'm gonna do it every day. I'm gonna bring the glam and then I'm gonna adjust it for the technology. I got you guys. But I got my priorities in order. Bring it and then release a little bit of it. When you do a fully actualized version of you, you gift the world. Like when you do a fully actualized version of you, you are far more powerful than a watered down version of someone else. I told you yesterday, people told me for years, oh my God, you are the next Oprah. I was like, Oprah's already being done. But if you're interested, I do a damn good Lisa Nichols. I got her on lock. Whenever you're ready for her, let me know. And the more I stepped in, now I gotta tell you, I didn't start that way. I'd get on stage, and I kid you not, I'd have on a black suit, or a gray suit, or a navy blue suit. And I'd have my hair back in a tight ponytail. And I'd try to act like I was Bob Proctor or Jack Canfield. And I hope that you didn't notice that I was different. Y'all know how much I failed at that? That I did a decent version. How many of us know, raise your hand if you know you're decent when you present. You're decent. You get the job done. And because my C is someone else's A, watch out. How many of us know that? I know that on my worst day, I feel good to a lot of people, right? And so I could get by with doing this watered down version of them. Nothing about my individuality came out because I didn't want to seem too feminine, because I didn't want to get discounted as a woman. And I didn't want to seem too black because I didn't want to get discounted as a woman of color. So I was trying to be as white and as man as I could. I'm being honest. And I built a decent business, but I wasn't ever doing me. And so I was paying for the success that I was creating. Anybody know about that? I was paying a price. And I knew that I didn't want to keep doing this because it felt false. It was effective, but false. Hello, somebody. I came for you today. And so you got one thing to understand. If you don't do you, you will never be done. You got one job to do you, one time to do you. When you came here on this planet, you have to come here to only do you. And if you leave here without doing you, and oh, by the way, a lot of people leave here without doing themselves. A lot of people. I coach a lot of executives, a lot of CEOs, a lot of wildly successful 9-figure, 10-figure income earners in their businesses. And they go, they haven't seen me yet, Lisa. I go, really? At 65, you haven't done you, I haven't done me. And now they feel like what? It's too late. So the first thing I got to do is get them to go, no, if you're alive and you can hear my voice, it ain't too late. I don't care how many years are behind you. We got some good ones in front of us. So to do you. And you are through your stories. Not the product, not the business, not your bank account balance, because someone else can do all of that. But no one can do your story. And you got one job. Inspire people with your story. Your job is to inspire. Use your story as a platform. That beautiful sister who spoke earlier about the Charlie's Angel story, where are you, sis? I love you. I was in the back. I love you. And I said, if that experience in my life can give you that kind of life, good. But I had to craft the story correctly to deliver it to my sister and to each one of you. And that's your job, to inspire others with your story. So take a look.
Wow, I believe we all have an excellence twin. Mine is Serena Williams. And why Serena Williams? Well, not only because we have the same birthday, but I also admire her because she is the epitome of athletic excellence. She has won the US Open, the Australian Open, the French Open, and of course, Wimbledon, which is the most prestigious tennis title in the sport. Well, for me, I'm like an academic athlete. I won at the bachelor's level, the master's level, the specialist level, and now I'm going up for my PhD, which is the most prestigious academic degree that you can get in the academic arena. Well, for athletes, you get to see their time in. You get to see their excellence being built. You see the muscle exhaustion, you see the sweat, and you see all the muscle aches. But what about me? No one sees how I build up my excellence. No one sees that in the dark of the night, that I'm reading book after book, article after article, and case study after case study. No one sees over the many nights that I'm up at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., trying to craft a research study that had never been done. But see, this wasn't just a regular research study. This wasn't just your typical mathematics dissertation. And I've been in battle with my chair, my coach, because of that. You see, she wanted me to do something simple, do something easy just to get it over with. But I believe easy is the enemy of excellence, and that's not in me. And because I refused, she dropped me as a student right before graduation. Now, if you know anything about that, you have to defend the dissertation before you can graduate. So what am I supposed to do? She thought I was gonna quit, but I found another coach. I went back on, got my training muscles together. I kept writing, I kept researching, and I kept doing all the things, because to be excellent, it takes more time. And that's when people usually tap out. So it's June 2015, and I get to show up at my Wimbledon. I'm center court, and I get ready. But then I get an email, I get a notice. Oh, you can't move forward unless you use your old coach, your dissertation chair. And it's either her or nothing. You mean the chick that dropped me? I gotta use her? Yes. Wow. Now she stands between me and my PhD. The person that was once on my side as a coach is now across from me on the other side. And what do? Sarah, Nicole, Lisa? when your coach, your mentor, your upline becomes your opponent. You see, in academia, we don't use tennis balls. We use the internet. That's it. We go over back and forth of the internet like that. We don't use a racket. We use our words because language is our superpower. So this whole battle takes place in cyberspace. And so it's been hours because now she has to catch up because she thought I had quit when that document was only 75 pages. But now it's 200 and something plus pages. So she has to catch up. So we're reading back and forth, back and forth. She makes a comment, I make a comment. Why did you use this study? And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to be respectful, but I'm pissed off. I say, well, what do you mean? And I try to do that as respectfully as possible. See, she wants to hurry up and she hopes that I secretly forfeit the game. Why? Because it's summer and the timeline is already tight. She wants to be on vacation at Club Med and I just want to finish. Well, then she was like, okay, this chick is not giving up. So she pulls out her secret weapon. She was like, you know what? You're not going to get this study done in time anyway. And it's not like you have a job after graduation, so what's the rush? Seriously? Well, after that, I was like, well, maybe I give up. She hit an ace and the ball is out. She has the final say. So I'm done. I'm out for the count. I give up. But now look at my grandmother, who's been sitting there watching me from the sideline, my biggest fan. She tells me something unexpected. She's like, go to sleep. Go rest. Well, I listen to grandma's wisdom. And I lay down and I go to sleep and she rubs my back. And next thing I know, it's been 15 hours that I've been asleep. And I wake up and guess who's right there beside me? It's grandma. She said, all right, I don't think it's out. And I want you to get up, get yourself together and go to work because you got it in you. Because you see, that time when I was asleep, that intermission, that was time for me to get recentered and refocused. That was my time to go and root down so I can rise up because I know I got it in me. So I prep, I get back on the court, I open up that laptop and I type this email with all due respect. And my hands are shaking and my heart is beating and I'm whispering to myself, I got it in me. And I tell her, I know this study like nobody else on this planet. And I am prepared to defend this dissertation with or without you. Now I haven't hit send yet because I'm nervous. And no one gets to define my greatness and no one gets to set limits for me. But then I have to remember, I have to coach myself. I'm like, okay, V, before you hit send, remember, this is not the time to get in your head. This is not the time for you to be intimidated. And this is not the time for you to be insecure. What I want you to do is go ahead and hit send because this is your shot. This is your time to shine because I got it in me. And then I go ahead and press send. In case you're wondering, I am Dr. Renita Glenn White, your academic Grand Slam speaker, advocate, coach. And I hope you remember that you got it in you too.
You got the music in you. Don't let go. You got the music in you.
Not that those aren't great things. It just seemed a little passive aggressive. Any thoughts on how she was going about that story? It just seemed overly passive aggressive and like I get it. Someone was rooting for you to fail and that's never cool. And so yeah, you want to prove them wrong. I just feel like it could have been handled in a better way. And also I don't understand how your grandma ties into that story in that way, except for like she was probably more encouraging you to go to sleep because you were probably tired. But I don't understand the actual reasoning for that part.
Everyone has a different story. And you'll see I'm going to bring to you people with very different stories so that you don't try to be a carbon copy of someone else's story. You don't compare your story to someone else. Well, I don't have life like Lisa had it. Of course you don't. You have yours. But your job is to find your story. And if you don't learn how to masterfully tell your story, it won't be told. And your story is no longer yours. It actually belongs to us. You've already lived through it, but you can serve us with it. You can inspire us with it. And you don't have to know how to master your story or how to tell it masterfully today. No. Today, all you need to do is show up. All you need to do is speak up. All you need to do is make a bold decision to be non-negotiable. All you have to do is make sure that when the excuses come up later, that you defy the excuses. No, my certainty is greater than excuses. All you have to do is remember that your conviction and your convenience won't live on the same block ever, ever, ever. If you have a conviction about something, it has to at some point become inconveniencing. Because if it doesn't become inconveniencing and you choose it anyway, you'll never know that it's your conviction. Something that you kind of like is kind of important, but it's not really like major. The moment it gets hard, you'll drop it. It's like, oh no, I'm not doing all that. You know how we've all been shopping. We've all seen that amazing blouse, that amazing jacket, that amazing dress. Like, oh my God, that is so cute. Oh no, it ain't that cute. We all did that. I know I've done it. Like, ooh, that is cute. For under $100, that's cute. That is not $300 cute. Right? I'm not convicted about it. But when you become convicted, you don't worry about the cost. Say out loud, I'm not concerned with the cost. I'm living in my conviction. I'm reading your lips. I'm not concerned with the cost. I'm living in my conviction. Because the reality is the price you pay is greater if you don't live in your conviction. Right? But to remember that there is a system.
That is fair to say, because if you are constantly putting yourself last, like I can relate to, you begin to accept that mediocre stuff. And it's not an easy thing to get through, because you know, like, obviously the cognitive dissonance is there, because no matter what you go through, sometimes, even if it hurts, it's hard to do. And not everything easy is, like, not everything hard is just, or like something that you know you need to do is just easy to just do. You can't just do it and feel like, oh yeah, I got that. I gotta do that, because in my own life, I know that to be true, because you have to be okay admitting that you're not okay. And I've been learning that, really. So, like, I get what they're saying. It's not all bad advice. It's just mostly culty.
There's a system to help you improve and even master storytelling. And I'm not saying my system is the only system. I am saying, though, that I searched and searched and searched for a system so I didn't have to create mine. I searched for years because I wanted to refer people. Because they were asking me, Lisa, show me how. And remember, I told you I didn't know how. So I'm looking and looking as if I'm going to say, but I did some research for you and you can go here. And I couldn't find anything out there that kept your authenticity, kept your creativity, but gave you structure. And so I created the Valley. And the Valley is the process designed to help you create immediate connection, to help your audience immediately have a buy-in, right? It's between you and your audience, because that's all you're supposed to do is create connection, and then you create value. Hi, I don't care what you know until I know that you care. Your audience doesn't care what you know until they know that you care. So
But if you're creating a fake authenticity towards the people that you're talking to, they're going to also catch on, because that's not fair to them. That's not fair. No one wants to feel like they're only being talked to about whatever you want to talk about, and bring up your issues out of the pure reasoning out other than, I'm going to sell you on something. That's a crappy way to go about it. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't actually get you better or further along.
First thing to do is, I care about you. Stephen Covey says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So many people, especially when we get a platform, especially when we become important, we get right in front of people and we say, here's what I'm committed to, and here's what I know. The first thing to do is to make the why you now do what you do. The story does so much in it. A great story shows your resiliency. It shows your perseverance. It shows some struggle. I'm going to show you the formula. I'm actually going to give you, I got so much today that I want to give you. I'm going to show you the formula, and it shows why you're committed. Because people will align with your why, and then they'll choose your what. It's really important for y'all to hear that. People will align with your why, and then they'll choose your what. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars in network marketing, because even when my what, I was kind of shaky on the what. I didn't know the product as well. I didn't know the compensation plan as well, but my why was so solid. My why was solid, and I can deliver. So people just like, I don't know what she's doing, but I sign up. Like, sign me up, and I'm bringing my family, because they got sold out on the why. So the Valley is designed to build trust. Now, I'm going to show you the foundation of a valley. It's important that you understand this, because when you understand the foundation, you'll then understand the formula that I'm going to teach you a little later, right? And by the way, you're not going to get the whole formula here. It's not a one day. We're going to go in, right? So I'm going to show it to you because you can make progress. The next time you speak, you can be more powerful than the last time you spoke. Yes, yes? Yes, yes, we like that? Just with the surface summary level of what I'm going to show you today and tomorrow. The foundation, you want to make sure you capture this. Take a picture of the screen, you guys, so virtually take a picture of the screen. I'm going to get out of your way. The foundation of the valley is to use the story. Now watch this. The story is not the whole trajectory of the last 15 years. The story is a moment in time unpacked. Notice Dr. Vernita, I like saying that, Dr. Vernita. And wasn't it exciting when she said, I'm Dr. Vernita? You guys all screamed. You didn't even hear the rest of what she was saying, because the word doctor, because her story showed you how she was struggling to get that title. So you were sold out just on the name, right? She built an alliance in 3 minutes and 2 seconds, right? And so it shows, but it's a moment in time unpacked, a moment. It's not a story. A story is not, it's not a long period of time. A story is a moment that's unpacked with the other techniques that I can help you put around it. So you take a moment. So if you think about, you hear some of the stories from yesterday and some of the stories you're going to hear today, you're going to hear a moment unpacked. It's powerful, because then you go, oh my God, I got a lot of moments, Alfredo. I got a lot of moments. I got a lot of moments. Yes, they're just not curated yet. They're not unpacked yet. Does that make sense? So what I've helped each of the
The only thing I'm hearing is they're not manipulative enough. You need to make it more enticing. You need to guilt people into wanting to do this, because if you do, then you make more money. That's all I hear. It's a manipulation tactic.
Coaches do that you see is to unpack their story, and now they help others, and they'll help you unpack your story as well. It's a journey through a moment, through those emotions. It's really important. How did I feel? What was I thinking? And then on the other side, your passion and your purpose and your commitment and your conviction as you're coming out of the valley. So I want to share another one with you. Me Walker.
I've been married for 22 years to the man I've known for 35, and I still get butterflies. A bonus mom for almost as long, while building a successful career, and recently an international bestseller. Thank you, Lisa, and the MTM community, because there's no way I could have done that last one without you. The new levels of trust, love, and creativity in this season of life blow my mind. Life has many seasons. It was fall 2015, one of those perfect SoCal mornings, sunny and warm. My husband and I woke up in our usual way, he with a random song from that archive in his head. Both of us excited about our day, felt flow, filled, satisfied, personally and professionally. Remember the drive home. It's filled with that job well done, high, success defined. You know what I mean? I walked in the door excited. Hey, babe.
Can't hear her.
We got this. It's a diagnosis, not a sentence. We will face this like everything else we've overcome. Despite the uncertainty and enormity of this new invisible enemy, I knew that if we took that one step together and didn't stop, we had a chance. But what I didn't know is if he believed it like I did, and if it was enough. All I could do was trust. Day after day, we made specific, targeted changes. Week after week, we grew in ways that were needed. Month after month, we recommitted. Year after year, we loved more than fear. And after 7, we got the news. We were clear, free, success.
Did anyone notice how little the story made sense? Because I did not get any of that. I am thoroughly still confused. I still don't understand. What is the plot or like the full understanding of the story? I'm so confused. Like, she jumped from waking up hopeful, I guess, and then somehow got to a diagnosis that wasn't good. I need to know. I'm so lost.
Fine. By loving enough to risk, we had it in us. Life refines us into who we're meant to be, clarifying our story. You be you, me be me. Let's build this beautiful humanity. I'm Walker, your speaker advocate coach, and you've got it in you.
So there's a formula. I told you yesterday about the bumper rails at the bowling alley. Well, when you have the bumper rails at the bowling alley and the formula, then you feel comfortable because you know where to stay inside. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the formula, okay? So what you've seen Walker and Dr. Vernita today do, what you saw Tanya and Elise do yesterday, and Tawana, who was on stage, what you saw all of them, Narissa do, they all followed this formula with their unique story. So the one thing I will always tell you is, I'm not interested in having you do a mini Lisa Nichols. Like, that's not. And you'll see the freedom in here will help you do all of you while following the formula that will make sure you get there. Valuable to anyone? Raise your hand if this is valuable to you. You like show me this right here, right? Yes. So the first thing you do, and I'm going to go through this pretty fast because I got a lot of content I want to at least touch you with, and then later we'll have a chance for you to deep dive in all of it and try it on and sit inside of it, okay? But I at least want to touch it because you'll make progress just with the touch. So the first thing you want to do is you want to share with the world the big you. Now, as I do this, you're going to immediately begin to compare what you've already done before, which is okay. You've done what you've done because you've known what you've known. So no judgment. Can we say no judgment? Say no judgment of self. And then you're immediately going to think of all the other people who are doing it way, way different than this. And you're going to want to go, that's why they suck. So let's agree, no judgment of others. They only know what they know. Right? So you know more, you do more. No judgment. People always say, do you just sit and watch speakers and you're in pain? No, I'm in compassion and gratitude and love when I watch them. No judgment. No judgment at all. So the first part is to share the big you. And that's your achievements. But you want to share them in such a way that you sound humble. right? Super important. So I'm gonna help you with that. But you can write this down, take a picture of this, but hold off on the pictures of the screen because I'm gonna complete this whole thing and then the picture's really juicy, right? So the way you enter into it so you sound humble is you say, what most people may know about me is, because you're gonna go down to, but what they don't know about me is, right? That's gonna help us get into the valley. I'm still blown away that I've been able to achieve. You see how those lines help you get into it with some humility. Because you gotta go really big. You gotta go really big, way bigger than you're comfortable with. If you're humble, like way bigger. It's not your resume. Blown away that I have
To be fair, don't put stuff like in MLM on your resume because it doesn't matter. None of those things matter. You will not be held to the same standard in a job about an MLM as you would be in the MLM itself or any new MLM you jump to, because it doesn't matter in the real world. Those titles are made up. They're fake. You're just cosplaying someone who owns a business. That's all it is.
Bestsellers. I'm still blown away that, I'm one of the only women in the self-development industry to be paid $1 million to write one book. Stuff I'd never say to dinner. You gotta do the big you because it makes the down have a bigger gap. Does that make sense? And it'll all make sense when I take you on the whole journey. But if your big you isn't very big, then it's a speed bump. It's not a mountain. Does that make sense? And you'll be blown away. So if you talk about your annual income, I'll say, don't talk about your annual income. How much have you made in the last 20 years? I'm blown away that my company has generated nearly $100 million in the last 10 years. That's okay. So now when I go down, because at one time I was on government assistance. You see how that dance? Like, whoa, whoa. They have to spike. And then in your valley, it's a difficult or dark time in your life. Ideally, you can play relevant to the message that you're delivering, but even if it's not, I can help you with that with the bridge. But if you can, make it relevant. If I'm talking about success and abundance, I can talk about being on government assistance and broken. You see how they dance? They're in the same zip code. So then you go, big achievements, a difficult, dark moment in your life. But what's important in the valley is the valley has to include the emotions. Yes. I see you, Amber, online saying, show us. Dominique with hearts. Ashwa saying, show us. Right. Harriet, incredible. This is such good stuff. I just love. It makes it safe for you to go there because you know you'll get out. Right? Just follow the path. Just follow the formula and you'll be fine. So the big you on the other side is your why. How are you inspired through your challenges? What charges you today to keep going? Share your big why coming out. Most people share it going in. And while that'll work, it's much more impactful if you do this and you share it coming out. I'll move out your way. I see y'all trying to look around me. Like, you're so cute, move over. And now I'm in your way, baby. You got it, all right? So now to help you on the other side, it says, and because of that lesson, I'm committed to. Now that phrase is so powerful because on the other side of that, because of my lessons, you can go into any sales. Because of my lessons, I'm so committed to making sure you earn and you're financially free. Because of my journey, I'm so committed to make sure you and your family don't experience what I experienced. You see how it just goes right into the content, right into the product, right into the business. Like, this valley is a perfect path into your business opportunity. Ooh, it's juicy. Watch out. It's your superpower. Promise me that you will what? Use my powers for good, right? And so just realize that you are who you are because of your valley. Don't try to outrun your valley. Stand on your valley. Stand on your valley. Don't try to outrun it, out-earn it, don't talk about it. You just have to learn how to curate it in such a way that it's your superpower. And when you do, and when you understand how to share your story in a way that is so empowering, you will leave people loving you and wanting more.
I am blown away. I am blown away by my life experiences, so I wear my success like a crown. International best-selling author, TEDx speaker, and I'm known for curating events. 10,000 person conferences, live, done. Being the go-to call person to host the her U.S. presidential candidate's campaign stops, done. It's why I didn't see this coming. One afternoon, I was in the zone curating an event, $1 million event for an organization that I was convinced was my best match yet. Bam! A new administration was coming in, and I was out. I was blinded, with my eyes wide open. A dark cloud hung deep low in my head, blurring my mind. What did I get wrong? After so many years of getting it right. What did that say about me? Am I relevant? Am I in touch? Why would they unchoose me? Have you ever felt unchosen and it put your state of rejection in a confusion? Haven't. Disappointed, but not defined. And so I took a job, an inside job. And I decided, since I had been helping other people in every other organizations define their DNA, I was going inside. I took that job and I would define my DNA. It took some time, days, weeks, months. But I decided that my DNA was my time to step up to the table, to turn that light on me and begin the inside job. Because I knew I was greater than my circumstance. I knew that a moment was not my existence. I could get bounced out, oh, but I can bounce back. And I did. And so it became the point that I got to define Sandy's DNA, her distinct natural abilities. And so now I'm excited because I get to watch you define your DNA. We all have distinct natural abilities. And I'm reminded by some words that kept me going then. Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman ends like this. So now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about, and I don't talk real loud. But when you see me passing, when you see most powerful women passing, it ought to make you proud because I'm a woman phenomenally. We are women phenomenally. Phenomenal women, that's us. We are DNA proud, DNA phenomenal, DNA powerful. We all have our distinct natural abilities because it's in our DNA. Put it in the chat. It's in our DNA. Let me hear you say it. It's in our DNA. I'm Sandy Lynn, speaker, advocate, coach, and you've got it in you.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
I hope you enjoyed the first part of Women of Power video. It's a lot. It's a very long video, so I still have like 4 more videos to get out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.